The significance of purposeful breaks in achieving personal and spiritual growth cannot be overemphasized. Intentional rest can be a powerful tool in navigating life's challenges and fostering resilience. And today, I want to show you why learning to rest on purpose may be the most powerful decision you'll ever make. Imagine this for a moment. What if the secret to overcoming life's biggest challenges isn't found in pushing harder, but in stepping back? What if rest wasn't an afterthought, but a strategy? What if you woke up each morning without that familiar heaviness in your chest, without that voice in your head screaming, "You're already behind"? What if you had energy not just to survive the day, but to actually enjoy it? What if your relationships deepened, your creativity flourished, and your faith grew stronger, simply because you learned the art of stepping back, slowing down, and being present? That's what intentional rest makes possible. It's not about laziness. It's not about quitting. It's about creating space to breathe, to heal, and to reset so you can live with resilience, clarity, and purpose.